We don't feel it yet, Brett.
I mean, I kind of feel it.
Shh! We gotta wait until people show up.
Are people showing up, Brett?
No one's showing up yet, Brett. Abra, it's okay. You can go put up the video now if you need to.
I don't feel it yet.
You don't feel it yet?
Okay.
This is what?
One person.
We have one person. Who's this one person?
I do not recognize the
Awesome. We don't need to know anybody. Everybody's coming for us.
Eva, Search, and Eva.
Thanks for joining in, Eva. Ava.
You can correct us if you need to.
You can correct us if you need to, for sure. I'm gonna back up just a little bit. Make sure you pan down so that you can see my boots.
I'm not going to pan down.
You're not gonna pan down. I told you to pan down. You're gonna pan down.
I will tilt.
I know what I'm talking about, Brett. Pan down. All right, and we're live. Great. Moving on.
I hope I didn't break this.
I hope I did. We're making just some jokes tonight, everybody. Tonight we're going to be doing Saga Live Action Arts Class number 3, focusing on knife fighting. Such as using these knives from S&R Tactical.
S&R Tactical.
They're so Tacti-COOL.
Yes, they are.
They're knives that are Tacti-COOL. So for all those of you at home who are ready to join us, just be aware Saga Action Arts is martial arts through a performance arts lens. We are not going to be teaching you how to go out into the street and murder, death, kill people with knives. We are just going to be teaching you some fun movement skills with knife play involved for either stage or screen combat. This is a choreography class. It is not meant to teach you actual real-life knife defense, although some of the principles that you can find in here do apply.
And some do not.
And some very much do not. For instance, anything involving spins. So we might have 6 or 7 of those in our choreography tonight. I don't know. You can't blame us.
Witcher.
Now just make sure you have your tactical pants and your tactical boots and your tactical sunglasses, because if you don't have those, you are not Tacti-COOL.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it, Janet.
Shouldn't he be bald?
You're Abra. Oh my god, she went there. Anyways, so here we go. We're going to get this class started. Everybody that's at home, the first thing that we always do is our top-down check-in, and, well, we're not going to do a flow tonight, but we're going to do our top-down check-in, so
We can do cartwheels.
make sure, we could do cartwheels. Those are totally going to be in our knife fight choreography. So again, the first thing that we always do with our top-down check-in is we get our head and neck nice and loose. If you're doing choreography, chances are you're going to be throwing your head in all sorts of random directions.
You're going to whip that head back and forth.
Whip it back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. So, you know, you need to keep it ready. For those of you that are new that are joining us, the top-down check-in is completely customizable to you. You need to find what parts of your body you need to wake up, because we all move differently throughout the day, and it's up to you to discover what you need to do to make sure that you're going to be as safe and aware of your body as possible. So then we go into the shoulders and the chest, and we just work our way down that body. So I like to do these shoulder shrugs. I can crunch forward and backward, making sure that I'm crunching my pecs and pulling my back. And then Abra was just doing some arm stuff, so let's do some arm circles.
Okay.
Woo! When I do arm circles, I like to push out through my palms and extend as far as I can, opening up my back and my chest. And then, let's see here, we can do the crane's beaks, because we're definitely going to be working the wrists and the forearms a little bit tonight. As you see, we just make tight circles in the shoulder plane, or we make bigger ones where we go back to that shoulder and pec crunch, making sure we're opening up all the way across these planes. Now, Abra, could you show people the Klaus?
I can show people the claps.
Please show people the Klaus. Why don't you stand closer to the microphone, because you don't project the way that my big, booming, insane voice does.
Or how much
Show us the Klaus!
Okay. You're going to go crisscrossy, crisscrossy.
I like how you start doing that without like any explanation. You're just like...
You're going to crisscross your hands. Keep tension, keep them elongated. Go up, go back down, and you can make these crisscrosses now a lot bigger.
This is actually kind of exhausting, but it's really good for warming up the shoulders and the chest.
And the chest. And the back.
The back too, if you go wide.
Yeah, if you go wide.
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 Okay.
That's the claps.
Want to go into the chest? Yeah. So again, buckle down your hips. Make sure that you're focusing on going from the waist up, so you get through the top of the spine.
It's like you're using just your rib cage.
Yep.
Basically.
You can... And then you got to go through the hips. Big hip circles. Big hip circles and big hip circles. And go the other way when you're ready. I like to keep my feet on the ground, pushing through, so that I activate everything from the top to the bottom.
And then you do the pelvic thrust and it really drives the weight.
And then I'm going to do like 1,000 of these because it's absolutely critical that I do 1,000 of these every 45 minutes or else I am not Tacti-COOL.
Nope.
All right, I'm warmed up.
You're not tactical though.
I'm not tactical. I didn't do 1,000.
You didn't do 1,000.
I didn't do 1,000. I should have done 1,000. All right. Warmed up a little bit. Bounce around. All right. We just want to make sure we're not going to be doing a lot of kicking tonight. The kicking was in the last class. I don't think we have any real kicks in this course. There's one kick on your side of the choreography. So there's one kick on Abra's side of the choreography. So if we want to just do that, let's. It's going to be a side kick, right?
Side kick.
So just make sure that you chamber and extend. So let's work that out. Just go back and forth, chamber and extend some kicks. If you want to bounce around in between, you absolutely can. Just make sure that when you do a side kick, you're not doing it from out here. You don't want to do it from across the outside of your body. You want to come to the inside of your body and push back out.
It's a pushing kick.
It's a piston kick. You want to make sure you do it pushing the opponent, not smacking the opponent. That's a roundhouse kick. So Abra pushes me. Ugh. I push Abra. Ugh. Abra pushes me. Oh! I push Abra. Ugh. Abra pushes me. Oh! It was a little high. No, we're okay. Don't worry, folks. We're trained to take out.
Give me one more.
Give you one more?
Give me one more.
My Bruce Lee special. All right, moving on. We are going to create a 16-beat knife fight tonight, but we're gonna teach you some basic pieces of the moves so that you can play along at home. And we're going to use these moves. We're going to pull them out of the choreography so that you can get a little bit of a workout and learn some basic techniques at the same time. So Abra, grab a knife. And just because...
Knife grabbed.
Let's switch. Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have a protocol for this. But I just wanted the blue one so that you can see it. Because if I had the black one, it's going to disappear on me and vice versa for her. All right, Abra, what's the...
Which means that it's camouflaged.
My knife would be camouflage. So what is the first technique we're going to be breaking down from this choreography tonight?
The first technique we're going to be breaking down for this choreography, from this choreography tonight, is a...
Do you want to just keep the card?
Nope.
I'll keep it in my pocket.
Nope.
It is
a lunging 5 attack.
A lunging angle 5. Oh, so we need to go through the template real quick.
Right.
So if you have a weapon at home, we're going to teach you our numbers real quick. Abra's going to face this way, I'm going to face this way. Angle 1 is from right shoulder to left hip. Angle 2 is from left shoulder to right hip. Angle 3 is from right hip to left shoulder. Angle 4 is from left hip to right shoulder. Angle 5 is from right hip to left hip with a supinated cut. Angle 6 is pronated, and it's going to be from your left hip to your right hip. Angle 7 is going to be a thrust straight down the center line, and you might need to turn your body just a little bit sideways to get that. With a knife, it can just be this small, but you get the idea. And then we're only going to teach number 8 because we don't need 9 tonight for the choreography. Number 8 is from above your head, chopping down, or if you have the blade in reverse grip, it's pointing down and coming down straight.
Stabby stab.
It can either be going forward or down. For 8, it's going to go into the top line. So, real quick, review, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 if you want to finish it.
Now, if you haven't done our template before, this could be a little confusing, but don't worry. When we break down the moves in the choreography, we will tell you what the numbers mean in the context of the choreography. They're just our shortcut language in order to be able to teach this fast. Shortcut. All right. So, back to that first technique. We're doing the angle 5, cutting across the body with a supinated grip, like you're holding a bowl of soup, and it's from hip to hip. But the other thing that we're doing, we're making this a little bit of an athletic chase. Abra's going to stand there, and she's going to come at me, and she's hopping towards me. So I'm going to hop towards Abra, and she's just going to pike out of the way. We'll talk about the pike in a second. But for now, Abra comes towards me, and as she fires this cut, she's also lowering herself a little bit. So it's like a split step. If you're used to stuff in fencing, it's a little bit kind of like a jumping lunge, but we're keeping the back leg coiled just a little bit so that we can push back off. We're not completely dropping into that front weight. We're kind of shifting it over so that we can push back. So Abra goes.
Back and forth.
1, 2. So now you at home, you're just going to go 1 on one side to start, and we're going to do 10 reps on each side. So, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, she got me. 10. Okay, switch sides. It's going to be hard for you, right? It's already confusing for me. I'll stand here. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. So a little athletic, a little bit of a bounce. It's kind of like a little lateral or forward squat jump. The next technique that we're going to be teaching is the boxing combo for tonight.
Or are we doing the pike?
Do we want to teach the pike?
Oh,
Let's teach the pike since it comes out of that one. I'll teach the boxing combo next. So if Abra's got the knife, what we're going to do is from that number 5, she's going to cut at my belly. And I'm just going to do a pike. So she actually tagged me there, and that's totally fine. We're training with rubber knives. We're not trying to be perfect here. We're trying to teach the basic movements of knife choreography. When she reaches for me, pause right here as you reach. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to imagine that there's a wire, almost like a jerk line for stunts, pulling me in the spine and pulling my hips back away from my toes so that the first thing that goes away from the knife is that center of mass that's about to get hit by the knife. So what is here could be that small of a movement. But what we're going to do is we're going to hike our butt up in the air a bit and pull ourselves back. When it comes to a blade, if I keep my hands down here, they're going to get cut. So what I need to do is I need to move them out of the way. So I throw my hands in the air, maybe wave them if I don't just care. Just don't care. I don't care. All right, so Abra swings at me. I reach for the sky. Abra swings at me. I reach for the sky. What you'll notice is that one of my feet is kind of dragging a little bit. That's to help control me, because if I don't do that, I'm going to just drop my head forward, and then she's just going to come back around and stab me in the head anyway. So I need to keep my head up as I pike back, and I like to do that with a dragging foot, which will also set me back up to come back in and counter. So for you at home, what you're going to do is when we count 1, you're going to jump back. We're just going to start with that. So ready? 10 of these, and then we'll switch, and I'll do 10 of them for you.
Okay.
Ready? Go. 1. We'll just do 5, I mean. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now I'm going to take the knife.
I can't see it.
I'm going to take the knife. Come on in. You count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, so you got 10 of those reps in. Now I'm going to give Abra back hers, and I'm going to hold on to mine. We're going to go over one more move associated with evades. Abra's going to swing a low, I think it's a 3, it's a 5 in the combination. Or is it a 6? Are you spinning through with the 6? Well, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to say Abra's going to swing that same cut, but now she's going to swing it at my leg. We're not calling this a different angle. This is still our angle 5. It's just that she's dropping low and attacking the leg, so I'm going to swing it out. Abra cuts at me, I swing the leg out. Abra cuts at me, and I swing the leg out. In this case, I'm keeping my upper body mostly presented here. She can go way lower, and she can cut from my leg. I can stay up here, and then what I'm going to be able to do is like, pop, some nonsense like that. But the point is that if she's swinging from my leg, and I try and hop back like that, she might still touch my leg. So I gotta move it out, and then if I want to replace it, I replace it so that I can cover that line again. Go one more time. I've got that line covered so I can get some control. Swing it, and come back in. So now I can switch feet and do the exact same thing. Doesn't matter which side she's cutting from, I'm still moving that leg out of the way. So for you at home, we'll both do 5 each. We can just keep the knives in our hands this time. And you do 5 with the swinging leg. All it is, lock your hip, throw your foot back, put it back. It's the exact same thing as our number 7 block in the Saga 9 template. So I'm going to cut for Abra 5 times. She's going to cut for me 5 times. So 1, 2, 3. Notice how this is a really bad idea because she has a knife right there. Maybe tuck it behind your back or something. 3, 4, and 5. All right, now you come for me. 1.
Sorry.
It's okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5.
To change it.
Same thing. All right, we got one more move to teach you because we're not going to do the combo of that. We're just going to go.
Okay.
One more move to teach you for tonight. We got 2 technically, but we're just going to have to do it with 1.
Yeah, we will.
All right, so there's a boxing combo. We're going to do this as a warm-up. So this is kind of like a response to somebody attacking you. All I'm going to do, we'll just face the camera for this one. I'm going to be in my left lead. I'm going to throw a cross, put my weight into that lead leg, push off that lead leg, and do a bob and weave. So, cross, bob and weave. Cross, as it retracts, I bob and weave. Cross, bob and weave. Now I'm going to throw the cross. I'm going to throw the bob and weave. As I bob and weave, I'm going to change my lead. The knife's going to come out. I'm going to change my lead and throw an uppercut or a shovel hook to the kidney. So I want to imagine that I'm throwing that cross, I'm bobbing and weaving around, and I'm throwing from the right lead, sort of, a right uppercut into the kidneys behind whoever I'm fighting. So I'm trying to circle around them. So if Abra throws a hook at me, so I throw that cross, she parries it, she throws that hook, I go underneath, boom, I'm throwing that cross.
His
Or that
bob and weave
uppercut.
is taking him around and behind.
Okay, so that knife's just making me nervous. So here we go, just a little bit of the combo. Cross, bob and weave, uppercut, and then we're going to finish it with a straight lead, which is a Jeet Kune Do technique, where you throw your lead hand like a vertical jab, and your body goes behind it. And what you'll notice with my footwork is that I'm doing a nice little pivot off the rear leg into it. So the front leg isn't pivoting, the rear leg is pivoting.
And you'll also notice that he's basically going back to his left lead at that point.
Right, so we're switching leads. So we're going cross in the left lead, bob and weave, switch to the right, body shot, and then switch to the left lead, boom, straight lead strike. It's not really off the lead because you're doing it in a transition, but it ends up in that lead. So let's just do that 5 times. You face this way, I'll face that way. Ready, cross, bob and weave, uppercut, straight lead. Go again, cross, bob and weave, uppercut, straight lead. That's 2. Cross, bob and weave, uppercut, straight lead. That's 3. Cross, bob and weave, uppercut, straight lead. Ready? 4. Words.
Yeah.
One more time. Cross, bob and weave to the uppercut to the straight lead. All right. There's one more move Abra just showed a few times. It is your elbow to the back fist.
Yes, it is my elbow to the back fist.
So Abra's going to be pulling these moves kind of out of a Thai boxing sort of perspective.
Kind of, yes. So.
Do you need the knife? You don't need the knife yet, do you? Or do you want the knife?
Well, just because the back fist. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Never mind.
You've got this. So Abra is going to be throwing.
I'm throwing an up elbow. In actuality, I'd be trying to kind of curve it in to make contact with my target. For this, we are not making contact. It is just, I'm not going through.
So if you're here and I'm here, Abra is not reaching that elbow towards me. This is for screen or stage combat. If she really wanted to use this technique on me, she'd be coming inside and bringing it up into my face. But for the purposes of this, she's going to wing straight up.
Yeah, I'm just going straight up.
And then what you'll notice is it's just going to stack right here, crack, and that's what we're going to do. So Abra's going to throw that technique, and then right after she throws that spinning back elbow sort of feeling thingy,
I'm going to then turn, I'm loaded, to turn and come in with my spinning right back fist.
Okay, so show them the whole move.
So what I'm doing is elbow, spin back fist.
Okay, so face the audio so that they can hear you. And what are you doing?
I am doing an elbow and I'm doing the spinning back fist.
So everybody at home, I'll face backwards for this one. Abra can face the camera for this one, and Abra calls it out.
All right.
Let's just do 10 total.
Yeah.
And just pick one lead or go back and forth. It's totally up to you. Ready?
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Real quick, checking in. When you're doing that elbow, make sure you're twisting your body up.
Yes.
Don't just do your arm. Throw your body up. That's part of the workout of this. You can imagine like you're pulling the cord on a lawnmower, if you've ever done that before. All right, so 5 more, Abra.
All right. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, that's it. Those are all the moves that you'll need for this choreography. We are at 7:21, so we might go a little over, but we've got to get to this. So in the case of this fight scene, Abra's going to have a knife and I am not. Let's have you use the blue one anyways, because the black one will hide in me. So Abra's coming into the room, she's coming for murder or whatever, and I'm just like, ah!
You're just too tactical.
I'm too tactical for Abra to handle.
Yeah, now I do want to stab you.
Nothing can defeat me.
Except for this!
Ah! I totally forget the first move and you killed me, but that's what I get for wearing sunglasses during a knife fight. Alright, so, Abra's first move when she describes it as she's coming into the choreography is that lunging jump 5 that we did as the part of the warm-up.
Yes.
Thank you, Abra.
You're welcome.
So Abra comes at me with that lunging jump 5. I'm going to pike out and dive back. The next thing she's going to do is she's going to come up with what we call an angle 2. It's just a backhand to the neck. I'm going to block it with one hand. So I'm going to do my CQC block. She cuts at my belly. I pike back. I block up. I pass it down with the other hand. So I block with the same side as the attack's coming from. I parry pass it down to the outside. I want to move it away from me. And that's going to open up my line so that I can throw that cross we were talking about. So again, from the top, I pike out, I block, I parry down, I cross. One more time. I pike out, I block, I parry down, I cross. Now, if we want to make this fluid so that Abra doesn't look like she has egg on her face, what's going to have to happen is I pike, I block, bow. I have to time those beats so that they don't feel like bop, bop, bop. Technically, I could just block across and go right into that, but I like having that double tap feeling to the choreography. So, swoosh, bop, bop, cross. So what's the next move, Abra?
The next move is going to be an angle 7, which is our thrust. I have been knocked back. I am loaded up for that. I'm going to come in to his center line with my thrust. He's going to move it off.
Now, when I move it off this time, I'm actually going to step across you. So I'm stepping across to get behind my opponent. One thing that you can think of is that when I knocked her back, maybe I'm trying to come in to gain control. She sees me coming in, so she thrusts right off me, and I have to move her out of the line. This is going to be just a nice little chop down to the outside, moving her off to the side.
From here,
I'm about ready to punch her in the back of the head,
and
but...
I'm like, no, I'm going to elbow.
Boom!
I'm going to throw that elbow up.
She spins through, pushes that elbow up, and now she's going to come back with...
a angle 6, and if he's going to bob and weave it, I'm going for his head.
She's going to aim for either my head or my shoulder. Either way, I need to do that bob and weave we were talking about and come out and under.
And I am checking first before I throw that angle 6.
She's looking before she goes. So she looks at me,
Go up,
boom,
and
boom. And we'll work on the timing as we go. So Abra gets knocked back from my cross. She fires that thrust at my body. I move to the outside. Crack, I get hit. Swoosh, I come under. One more time with that. Oh, wrong way, my bad.
Yeah.
This time I'm stepping to the outside. Crack, I get hit. Bob and weave under. And now we're going to go into that combo that we were talking about. I'm going to get that kidney shot. So what happens is that when she throws that 6 to my head, and I bob and weave under, I load this foot, and then I swing that one behind me so that I can tag on the exit of that move. So let's come over to here, just so you can see how I have to move away. So she fires at 7, I step across, crack, she hits me in the face, I bob and weave deep, and I push into that twisting hit. So I've got to step deep, push into that hit. I'm aiming for, if I want to be safe, the lat. I'm just showing a little bit of the martial target because Abra and I, we've worked on this a lot together. I'm not cracking her too hard in the ribs. But really, I'm using my hip and letting my hand just bounce off the top of her skin. I'm not trying to dig deep into her rib cage or into her kidney and make her bleed on the inside.
thanks.
So, even though she's attacking me with a rubber knife of doom. So from that 7, I move it off the line, I take that hit, I bob and weave down, and I push off into that. And then finally I'm going to finish up with that straight lead. I'm trying to tag her in the face. I've got her doubled over, I want to knock her out. I throw that left punch, and she shelf blocks it right above her head. From there, what's your next bit?
I go for the 5.
She's going to go for the 5 for my leg, and that's when I swing the leg out. So from the 7, I step and block it out. I come in, crack, I get hit. She turns around, swoosh, I go under, bang, tag the body, fire that lead punch.
And then I go.
Sweep that leg out because I don't want to get cut. Okay, let's do it from the top.
Yes, yes.
Before we finish it up, we've got a little bit left. So from the top, Abra cuts from my belly. I pike. She brings up the 2. I block, pass down, fire my cross. I'm coming in, she goes for me, boom, I move her to the outside, crack, I get hit in the face, she spins around, boom, I bob and weave under, crack her in the body. I really need to try and get closer to her for that to work. And then I fire my lead punch at her face, she blocks it up,
And I go for
and she cuts for one of my legs. Now that was more of a pike, because I wasn't in the right lead. I need to be in the left lead for this to work. And I pull it out, and I come back.
And I'm letting myself go all the way through with that.
Yeah, so she's passing all the way through. These are some big dynamic knife moves. If you want to do realistic knife, Abra, try and cut me with a realistic knife. Now try and cut me with a movie knife. Yeah, so you've got to be very wary about, you know, the size of the box that you're cutting with.
For a knife fighting, in actuality,
You keep it right there because I don't want to ever be able to get past that thing. But if Abra, in real life even, swings that cut all the way to her hip, and I'm out of the way, I'm coming back in and I'm trapping it. She doesn't want that to happen. But in the purpose of this choreography, we want mistakes to occur. So when she's cutting for that leg, she goes all the way out there. What's my next piece of choreography? I totally forget.
Your next piece. Oh no, you don't have it. I'm here.
Oh, big Witcher moment. Boom.
So
she's going to put so much energy into this cut.
even though I'm down here. Okay, and whoosh.
That she
and
spins
I say
all the way around.
No, and I'm coming in for that 8.
So she did a grip change. She switched to her reverse grip. For her, all she had to do was pinch it and flip it down. And then she spins around and fires an 8 with the thrust tip down.
I'm going to just show it real quick with a different knife that has a different grip, even though these are great, just for ease. If you have a knife that has a smaller grip, it's a little bit easier to do this change.
Well, you have small hands.
I do have small hands. Yes, I have small hands. So here it is in standard. This is very wobbly. And then I'm just going to switch it into my reverse.
There's lots of different ways that you can do the grip changes, but for now, just do whatever works best for you at home.
Yes.
Abra cuts through. I move my leg. She does her grip change, and she comes to stab me in the face. Now, in Society of American Fight Directors in Stage Combat Land, anytime a point goes towards the face, that's an automatic fail of a test, but we're talking about choreography, and we're specifically talking for camera. Abra could always point the blade off this way a little bit to make it extra safe, but the fact of the matter is that's still in the plane of my face. Train your martial arts, get your attributes right, and work with a partner that knows what they're doing, because yes, if you want to make this look dangerous, Abra's got to come in line, and I've got to block it correctly. Them's the facts. So, once I do that block, maybe I'm doing it with a cross block. Again, a cross block is not always the best block in martial arts, but in this case, we're doing it for a little silhouette. So she's going to collapse into my arm and drive forward with all of her body weight, and we're going to have this moment of core-core. Now, as long as she doesn't push past this arm, we're safe. That's one of the reasons why she's putting her weight onto this one, so that she doesn't let this arm go further. There's more weight in this arm than there is in this arm. And in order for me to counter this, now I'm just going to roll it to the side, just a little bit. That was too much. I'm going to roll it off to the side. If she was taller, this would be easier. So can you stay up just a little bit?
Yep.
Grab me. Roll it to the side, headbutt. Swing it through, turn over, and throw her. And we'll talk about that throw before we get to the end.
Yes.
All right, so whole choreography piece. See if you can keep up at home. And again, if you don't have a partner, this is for you to be able to do by yourself. So we're going to break it down as a pair one more time, and then we're going to break it down as solos. Ready?
Han Solos?
Han Solos. Abra cuts at me, I pike back. Angle 2, block to the outside, parry down, fire that coiled cross.
I take that, and I'm not happy.
She fires a 7, I step across, hold up for a second.
My bad.
I block it to the outside, and I'm coming up and over to smash her down. Boom, she rises up and hits me with that elbow. As she spins up to cut for my head, I notice it, and I bob and weave through, push myself to the outside, and tag her in the kidney. And then I switch my lead into that straight lead, and she blocks it up with a shelf, and she cuts from my leg. I swing it out, and I put it down.
I do my little grip change, and I come down for that 8.
I do a cross block, so I just pretty much put my hands into an X position up where the blade is. She snaps in, tries to drive it towards me. We can play with a little bit of that. Take a step back. We can play with a little bit of drive for a second if we want. You can give me a little bit more than that. Just make sure it's with your legs, not your arms. Good. I reverse it on her, fire that headbutt. If I want to make it stack, crack right there. Just a nice little headbutt, and it's not a real headbutt, it's a movie headbutt because we're using the forehead, where in reality, I want to use the top of the head. Pass the arm down, step through, and fire my little rec flow throw move.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it solos. So, Abra's going to face this way, I'm going to face this way.
Wait, what? Oh.
Okay, so, Abra attacks with an angle 5 to my belly, and I hop back.
And then I go for an angle 2.
I block out.
And then you pass it.
I parry it, pass it, fire my cross.
This takes me back. Now I'm loaded up for that angle 7. I'm coming in for that stab.
I split my step open to the left, and I block to the outside, and I come up and over as if I'm about to hit her in the back of the head.
And then I respond with my elbow.
I sell that out. Ouch, that hurt my nose.
I turn over and look over my right shoulder, and then I'm coming in with that angle 6 to his head.
I see that coming, and I bob and weave, and I swing out a little bit and twist into a kidney shot.
I take the kidney shot. I am stunned for a second.
I step forward with my other lead, push through for a straight lead from Jeet Kune Do.
I block it with this,
I call it a shelf block.
a shelf block.
She's putting my fist above her head. She can even come up a little bit if she needs to. And then,
I'm going for that angle 5 to his leg.
which I pull my left leg out and throw it back in.
This has taken me all the way through. I'm changing my grip.
I could be reaching for her or something. She's getting away. She's
I'm
spinning
spinning
out.
through.
And then she stabs at me. I do my cross block.
I try to push it in.
I take it in a little bit.
Put tension in there, really trying to get him.
I roll it off to the side. I don't roll it down. I just want to keep her in the high plane. And I step and fire my headbutt.
I take the headbutt.
I swing her up and under and through. And I Steven Seagal her to the ground.
Yes, and I go around.
Alright, so one last time on the other side. I'll face this way, Abra will face that way, and then we're going to record the fight. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, you call it out.
Alright, I'm going for that angle 5 slash. Now I'm
And
going
I
for
do
that.
that.
He is piking. I'm going for my angle 2.
I block, parry, pass, and punch.
I take that punch. I load back for that angle 7. I come in with an angle 7 thrust.
I step out and block down for my angle 7 block.
I'm prepped for that elbow. I'm coming up with my elbow.
Boom, I get hit in the face.
I look over my right shoulder. I go for that angle 6 to his head.
I see it and I bob and weave under, twist my stance and fire that kidney punch at her back.
I take the kidney punch.
I fire that straight lead by stepping through and reaching towards her face.
I use that shelf block and I'm underneath it. Then I swipe for his leg with that angle 5.
I swing my foot out and place it right back. She starts to spin.
All the way through, I'm changing my grip. I'm spinning around for that angle 8 to his head or face.
Block it with my cross block.
I push it in, trying to get him.
I take it in just a little bit and then I extend it back out and fire a headbutt.
Take the headbutt.
I swing her arm down, step under and through it, and throw her for a nice big John Wicky, Steven Seagal big Aikido throw.
I get through.
We're going to rehearse it kind of at speed and then we're going to go for it. And this is to let Brett figure out what we need to do with the camera. So, Brett, you can say action whenever and we'll just go at rehearsal speed.
Alright, action.
All right. That one. Yeah, I'm Tacti-COOList.
We had a couple moments.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, that looks pretty good. We're looking at it in the camera. All right.
Where's the map?
Let's do one more. Again, it's important for us to look at the camera so that we know what we're doing and we know what we have to fix. And for us right now, it's just remembering the damn moves. Okay, Abra. Brett, whenever you're ready.
Alright, it's always rolling. And action. Okay,
What?
hold on.
Are you not Tacti-COOL enough to handle this?
Okay.
Is
And
everyone
action.
ready?
Yes.
Alright, action.
Come on.
Rolling. And action.
Tacti-COOL. All right, well, that's it for our show tonight. Let's just do a little bit of check-in with everybody. Thank you all for joining us. Again, I want to remind everybody, these moves are not necessarily self-defense knife moves. They are primarily for theatrical combat. And even then, we break some of the rules of theatrical combat because Abra goes for my face, and I block. In reality, she's going towards my face, but stopping short.
Oh, yes.
She knows where to stop. And in reality, what I need to do is I need to move back and put my hands in front of me. So I remove my head and replace my arms. And then she pushes in, crunch it in. I extend her arms out to the side, and I headbutt her. So there's this nice little push and pull to it. And knife fighting tends to be very close. It tends to be very much this kind of closeness, or, you know, if she swings at me, we just do this for like 90,000 hours, and apparently we're knife fighters. It's all good. But see, I like your Krav Maga stuff because the implication is that you strike at me with that knife, and I check that. I'm sorry, that was a little bit hard.
That's what you do.
But I check it,
and you hit them.
And I smash Abra that way, and I knee her in the body, and she knees me. And then she kicks me in the groin. Yeah, okay, we did.
No, we gotta do it properly.
Oh! And again. Oh! Now a little bit higher. Oh! Yeah, so, you know, we had to give groin kicks. We had a request on YouTube from somebody that's not all creepy or anything like that. And this is the longest episode of the Action Arts class that we've done so far, but there was a lot of material to go over. A knife is one of the simplest weapons in the world, and it's also one of the most complicated. It's very easy to just learn how to use it, and it's damn near impossible to become a master at it. So even in the stage combat world, where we're creating a lot of cool movement with it, there's a lot of material to come. What are you doing? All right, well that's it. Anything else, Abra? Wow, you just like stabbing me.
Yes.
And that's our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, bring it, I'm too tactical for you. Join us next time as Abra keeps trying to kill me with knives and stuff on the next episode of Saga Action Arts Action Class. Oh my God, I'm tired.